Well, it happened again this morning. Best laid plans, and somehow or other I managed to not get the active microphone active. And so you didn't get any sound from this morning's Mass. But today we were commemorating James Lloyd Breck, someone near and dear to my heart. And so I thought I'd share with you what it was that you missed at Mass this morning, though you may have gotten to see it. James Lloyd Breck was called the Apostle of the Wilderness. He was one of the most important missionaries of the Episcopal Church in the 19th century. Born in Philadelphia in 1818, Breck, like many important churchmen of his time, was greatly influenced by the pastoral devotion, liturgical concern, and sacramental emphasis of William Augustus Muhlenberg. Breck attended Muhlenberg School in Flushing, New York, before entering the University of Pennsylvania. Muhlenberg inspired Breck, when he was but 16 years old, to dedicate himself to a missionary life. The dedication was crystallized when Breck, with 3 other classmates from the General Theological Seminary of the Church, founded a religious community at Nashotah, Wisconsin, which in 1844 was on the frontier. Nashotah became a center of liturgical observance, of pastoral care, and of education. Isolated families were visited, mission stations established, and probably for the first time since the Revolution, Episcopal missionaries were the first to reach the settlers. Nashotah House flourished, becoming one of the seminaries of the Episcopal Church, and one dedicated to teaching, living, and celebrating her full Catholic and apostolic nature. But while Nashotah House flourished and developed, its initial nature as a religious house did not. Breck moved on to St. Paul, Minnesota, where he began the work of the Episcopal Church. At Gull Lake, he organized St. Columba's mission for the Chippewa Indians. This mission laid the foundation for work among the Indians by their own native priests, although the mission itself did not survive. In 1855, Breck married, and in 1858 settled in Faribault, Minnesota, where his mission was associated with one of the first cathedrals established in the Episcopal Church in the United States. He also founded Seabury Divinity School, which later merged with Western Theological Seminary to become Seabury Western. And I made a crack this morning about Father Hightower being a graduate of that institution, which now only has a presence online, I think. Anyhow, in 1867, Breck went on to California, inspired principally by the opportunity of founding a new theological school. His schools at Benicia, California did not survive, but the 5 parishes which he founded did, and the church in California was strengthened immensely through his work. He died prematurely at the age of 55 in 1876. And this is from a couple of letters that he wrote in April and December of 1842 from Wisconsin. Our dear bishop has authorized us to purchase land and build a small house, and this we have accordingly done. We have purchased a tract of 460 acres of land on the Nashotah Lakes, 10 miles from Prairie Village, and yet more central to our mission. Nashotah means 2 lakes. It is the Indian name for twin lakes. And these are so called from their resemblance to each other, which is why graduates of that school sometimes refer to Nashotah as Twin Lakes Bible College. Anyhow, the students boarding with us are all theological, that is, those whom we intend for the ministry. They are chiefly young men, sons of the farmers, and all communicants of the church, save one that is too young, but otherwise a Christian lad who does a good deal of our housework. Our students, like ourselves, are poor, but not the less worthy for that. They seek the ministry, but are unable to attain unto it without aid. And what aid can we give? We have a house, for this we pay no rent. It belongs to the church, and so do we. We have land, that is, in like case. It is fertile beyond all calculation, that is, to an Eastern man. They work 4 hours a day for their board and washing, and we give them their education without cost. Thus, their clothing is their only expense, and to enable them to purchase this, we shall give them 6 weeks vacation during harvest, when they can earn the highest wages. In the winter, they can split rails for fencing in the spring. Our other students, not lay brethren of our house, will board with families nigh at hand and pay for their tuition. Brother Adams and myself work 4 hours except when we are teaching or doing missionary labor. We must all work for our board. This is the only way in which they will feel it their duty to labor and to study, and the only way in which our people will feel their duty to the church and to ourselves as clergy of the same. We rise at 5 a.m., matins at 6, the morning service of the church at 9, on Wednesdays and Fridays, the litany at 12, on Thursdays, the Holy Eucharist at the same hour of 12, the evening service of the church at 3, and family prayer or vespers at 6:30 or 7 p.m. Our students labor between 7 and 9 in the morning and 1 and 3 in the afternoon. Now that we are in a house of our own and the people see our readiness to undergo things unpleasant in themselves, they are made ready to bestow a portion of their produce on us. And there ends that reading, and now you know what you missed at Mass this morning. God bless you. Have a great day.